Hello everyone, today we are going to have a very short commentary, but there were just a few concepts in this ride that I just thought I'd talk through with you, so let's go. Okay guys, just bear with me. I'm just going to explain what this exercise is. It's basically a few elevated poles where they're each risen on the one side and down on the other. And the further out you go in the circle, the more your horse has to stretch out and lift up their legs. So depending on the difficulty, depends on how far you want to go out in the circle. You just add these into a traditional circle shape, and basically it's getting your horse to stretch and engage their back end. So let's get right into it. So here's like the first time when we come round, and as you'll see, when he comes in, he puts in like an extra step, and I've put it in slow motion for you. This is not what we're aiming for. So this was one of the first times we came over. So right there, you see how there's just that little step, and even the pole shook. And he just had that little bit of a, he just got very hollow in his back. What we're trying to get him to do is really stretch out and only put one step in between each pole. So here I think we get it a little bit better. So we open, 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 and you saw at the end his legs were really stretching. Here again, see how we had just that little step right there? I'll repeat it back for you. Right there was just that little shuffle, and it didn't look very nice. So we're trying to get that stretch. Now, in order for me to do that, you can see I'm trying so hard to move my hips, because I know that as soon as I start kicking, that happens, and he'll trot like he did at the end. And I'm trying to lengthen the stride, not quicken the stride. And at first that was very, very difficult for me, and I wasn't really grasping the concept as well as Winston probably was, but really needing to use that hip movement to like lengthen the stride. And Winston can get quite hollow and short, so this exercise was quite difficult to perform well at the end. In theory, it's quite simple. We got like, that was actually pretty good. He really made an effort there to stretch, and you can see it. So then we come around in trot. This is again a little bit harder because it becomes very tempting to start moving quickly, whereas you want to lengthen the stride. So in order for me to do that, I try and that was really nice. I try and just rise bigger, and in hope that that lengthens the stride. A lot of this, I found this lesson was very much trial and error, because I did not get it straight away, and there were plenty of times where I got it, then I didn't get it the next time. Stretch, 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 stretch. Awesome. So that was really good. He was very engaged in his back end. And as I was coming around with that, I want to maintain a little bit of inside bend. That way I'm keeping the circle shape as I go around in these like fan poles, I call them. So we're coming in. I'm using the outside. Yep, so we had a nice stretch there, no little choppy bits. And we finished on that note in that session there, because he did it well. So we stopped. Then we came back in again. Off the right, really nice. You see his front and back legs, they're starting to actually lift. Winston, when he just trots around in a normal arena and just when we're schooling him, he becomes very flat and he loses that bounce. And okay, so that we had a bit of a stretch too. Wasn't as good as the last one, but like I said, this was very much trial and error. So basically when I'm going over it, all I'm thinking is steer, 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 steer. I'm trying to maintain the line that I started on, because if I don't, okay, that was a bit choppy. Because if I don't maintain that line, say I start in the middle of the first pole, I need to finish on the middle of the last pole. And when you don't maintain that line, your distance in between the pole changes and confuses your horse. So that was actually probably part of the very difficult part for me, was just really maintaining that line. But I just wanted to talk to you quickly through it, because I thought this was, a really interesting exercise that we did. And I don't know, I just thought it really like made me think about, how much Winston needs to lengthen and not quicken, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just wanted to talk you through what I was doing, because I found it quite interesting, this exercise, and just thought I'd talk you through it. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you didn't see last week's video, go check it out. It was very short, so it'll only take up a minute of your time. Hope you enjoy the new trailer if this is the first time you've seen it. And anyways, we'll catch up later. Bye.